r/AskReddit. What is a movie cliche that you never really see? People turning the water on in a shower while standing directly under it. I recall reading an AskReddit thread or something similar where someone mentioned their SO only took baths and refused to take showers, and months later finally asked why, and it was because they didn't like standing under the freezing water waiting for it to get warm. The thread evolved into a surprising amount of people realizing that they do this, and it never occurred to them to just let the water run before getting into the shower. So, I'm not sure it's as uncommon as this comment is suggesting. This just blew my mind. How can you not think of waiting before stepping into the shower? That's crazy. Do these same people sit in an empty tub and then wait for it to fill? I kinda enjoy watching myself get submerged though, and the bubble mountains build up to hide mud angles. When two characters get out of a car and one says, "So what are we doing here? Where are we? Or what's the plan?" As if they didn't just have the entire car ride to discuss this. I've never had a friend say, "I'll explain later," and then sit silently in traffic until we get there and then, "Okay, so here's the deal." Similarly, any two characters that first speak remotely. "I think you'd better get down here." What's the problem? Just get down here. No, mother ducker. My time is valuable. I'm not gonna leave the bridge for engineering just so you can show me the new warp coupling collars. A room full of 5+ people that have a conversation that flows perfectly and isn't just people constantly talking over each other. Seriously doubt that black market arms dealers and terrorists conduct 90% of their business in the middle of a club full of strangers with techno music blaring. Quietly, as to not cause suspicion, I will have the AK-47. Arms dealer, can't hear ya lad, pipe up. I said, I will have the AK-47. Nightclub scene stops. No matter what crowded city or time of day it is, there will always be an open parking spot right exactly in front of wherever they are driving to. 35 minutes of them circling the parking lot. That guy's coming out. Quick, over there, grab that lot. Oh, man, that granny got it first. Asking someone out on a date, saying pick you up a date. Then just leaving, no question on where the duck they live, or where they'll pick them up from. Turning the TV onto the correct channel at exactly the right moment to catch a relevant, potentially life-changing news broadcast from the very beginning. Or if they aren't, they get an immediate convenient phone call saying, "Are you watching channel 4? To be fair, this actually happened a lot the morning of 9/11. No one ever wants to give their partner the benefit of the doubt. So many characters get caught doing something seemingly suspicious that could be explained/justified by giving context. But, of course, no one wants to take the 10 seconds to hear it. If you're already, accidentally, or not, eavesdropping on someone, then stay at least until you have enough context to understand what the hell they are saying. All this I've heard enough, the wedding is off, ding ding, is BS. Or, they instantly jump to the worst conclusion. Eventually everything comes together, and they realize their SO never did anything wrong. Apologize and their SO instantly takes them back, despite them clearly having no trust in their SO. Everyone is super attractive. Unless you're a non-essential character or terrible person the audience is supposed to hate. I wouldn't say this one is always true, but my girlfriend always points out how no girl's hair and makeup would look that perfect right after waking up. Same with getting out the shower or swimming pool. 19-year-old part-timer at a fast food restaurant, living by themselves in a luxurious 2-bedroom apartment downtown in a major city. There's no time to explain. Well, I mean, in the same time it took to say that, you could have said, "There's a man chasing after me," or "We have to get to the hospital." or literally any other simple phrase that gives a general idea of what the hell is happening. Exactly. Doesn't have to be an essay on what's happening, just a general idea of why we're in a hurry for some reason. A bedroom full of lit candles during sex. My girlfriend in high school tried to pull that off once. It looked great, but made the room super hot. Then she got too close to the candle on the bedside table and caught her hair on fire. She wasn't hurt, but the smell of burnt hair really killed the mood. Person A, how do I know that I can trust you? Person B, you don't. Person A immediately proceeds to trust person B. This is my favorite one, because it's so true. I can even hear it in my head, the music playing in the background as person B smolders after delivering that line, as person A gives them a knowing look of trust. Someone who stalks their crush, and not only doesn't wind up on the wrong side of an arrest warrant and/or a restraining order, but actually gets into a relationship with that person, who clearly doesn't think they are a creep. Yeah, because in teen movies stalking is considered cute, if the stalker is cute enough. Rule number 1, be attractive. Rule number 2, don't be unattractive. Rule number 3, follow rule 1 and 2. Physical bullying in high school, like throwing drinks, stuffing people in lockers, etc. Maybe it's my school, but bullying is almost always psychological. Rumors, mean comments and jokes, and exclusions. Also, the bully being popular. In my high school the most popular kids, at least among the boys, were charming, gregarious and generally good students. I think that's a generational thing. I'm friends with a lot of teachers that tell me that this is a much more recent phenomenon. The nerdy girl letting her hair down and suddenly becoming hot. Having a table full of breakfast in the morning and taking only a strip of bacon in a rush to school/work. Yeah, if my parents ever made me something like that when I was at school, I'd just be late to school. Duck that. A table full of breakfast in a room with bright daylight streaming through the windows. Bitch, I had to be out the door long before sunrise. The meet cute. Where two folks bump into each other at the grocery store and end up chatting, then dating, then breaking up over a misunderstanding, then getting back together. I actually had a meet cute happen once, but at a time I was unavailable. Was riding the C train in Calgary, was selling cars at the time, so was in my suit and coat. It's winter, and there's only one other person at the stop with me, a girl in a winter coat and a super colorful tutu and tights. So I say, dress for the weather you want, not the one you have, am I right? And she laughs and tells me she's going to a bachelorette party and they're all wearing tutus. We talk the whole train ride, get to her stop, and she asked if I'd like to join, but ultimately had to turn her offer down as I had a girlfriend at home waiting to yell at me. We didn't get along, and were on the verge of splitting up, but yeah, boy's a faithful bitch. Once, and only once, has this happened in my life, and I wonder where tutor girl is today. People hanging up the phone without saying goodbye. You've obviously never talked to an Irish grandmother on the phone. My mum calls her back just to say, bye mum. A woman giving birth to an obviously 6-month-old baby. That one's probably for cost reasons. Yeah, used babies are cheaper than new. Just don't get the extended warranty or undercarriage spray. Wait, maybe the undercarriage, just to be safe. I always assumed there were minimum age, and probably vaccination, requirements before you could bring a baby around an entire production crew and stick him under hot studio lights. You're about to go on stage in front of many people. You're nervous and kind of mess up for whatever reason, like you touch the mic, and it makes that obnoxious loud sound. The crowd may start booing. Then however you perform brilliantly, like you didn't just embarrass yourself in front of 200 people, and when you're done, someone starts clapping slowly, and then everyone joins. You win the competition. and get to go out with your crush. Mick gives feedback when you first speak into it, then works perfectly for the rest of the performance. Also, your voice sounds angelic and flawless, almost like it was pre-recorded.